Hi, I'm Aaron and this is Chiara. We're usually travelling around Australia in a bus, but for the last few weeks we've been exploring what Italy has to offer. When most people travel to Italy, they see the most famous Italian landmark, like the Colosseum in Rome, the Leaning Tower in Pisa for example. While these places are amazing, we've found that they can be way too crowded or busy sometimes, and you're constantly queuing and battling with other tourists for spots, and it can be an overwhelming experience. We visited these places and we thought they're definitely worth visiting, for sure, but we also found some less famous but equally amazing places that are well worth going to see if you're travelling around Italy. So here they are in no particular order, but the last two places we've listed are our favourites, so stick around and make sure you watch that.
The first place on the list is Alberobello. Alberobello is a fairy tale town located in Puglia, in the south of Italy. This little town is home to more than 1,500 trulli, little tiny homes that in the years became tourist attractions and have even been declared World Heritage Site. People started building trulli in 1500 to avoid paying taxes to the lord of the land. By building these tiny houses with limestone boulders and without mortar, they could easily tear them down in case of an inspection and avoid paying taxes. If you come here, there is one thing that you have to do at least once in your lifetime, and is try the chili coffee and the almond coffee at the bar Il Trulletto.
Next we have Burano, one of the small islands in the Venetian lagoon. You can get here with a 50-minute ferry ride from Venice, but make sure you come early in the morning so you can avoid waiting hours in a queue just to get on it. Burano is famous for lace making and for its colourful houses. Legend says that the houses were painted these colours in this way so that fishermen could find their way home in the thick fog that surrounds the lagoon. If you're coming to Burano, we highly recommend you stop for lunch at the Fritto Misto restaurant, just in front of the harbour there, and you eat their polenta and their fried baccalà dish.
Next is Bardonecchia. This little town in the middle of the Alps is so unknown that I didn't even know it existed until I got offered a job here in my 20s. You can easily get here with a 1.5 hour train ride from Turin, and is one of the few Italian ski resorts that you can reach both by toll road and railway. Because it's smaller than other Italian ski resorts, you can get a hotel and ski pass for almost half of the price. If you want to know the locals, get a ski or a snowboard class to get invited to one of the upper ski parties.
Ercolano is a small town 1 hour train ride south of Naples. Here you'll find the archaeological dig site of Ercolano, which is less famous than Pompeii, but absolutely worth a visit. The old town of Ercolano was buried in 79 AD by the fury of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. The ashes of the eruption preserved the town and now allow a glimpse of how life was over 1,000 years ago. Ercolano, while smaller than Pompeii, was much richer. It was more of a seaside retreat for people from Pompeii. It's also much better preserved as it was sheltered from the worst of the eruption. The ground at Ercolano was more humid than at Pompeii, meaning that when the city was buried in ash, the sediment creating the compact tufa rock layer is about 15 meters deep, keeping much of the city intact. Even if Ercolano was smaller than Pompeii, it is still very much worth a visit. But before you enter the archaeological park, make sure you stop for breakfast at the Cafe Ginevra.
Another great destination for your Italian trip is the small village of Gradara in the Mare region. This medieval town is still surrounded by 800 meters of defense walls, with a beautiful castle on the upper side. It is considered the town of love, as the unfortunate lovers Paolo and Francesca were killed by the sword of her jealous husband Gianciotto. Their love has been immortalized by poets and writers such as Dante, Boccaccio and Petrarca. If you have always wanted to find yourself in a fairy tale-like medieval setting, Gradara is the place to visit.
Next up we have the Frasassi Caves, the third biggest cave system in all of Europe. They are located in the Mare region, 45-minute drive from Ancona. The Frasassi Caves are estimated to be at least 150 million years old and are famous for the number of amazing stalactites and stalagmites. They are estimated to extend for 30 kilometres on 8 different geological levels. For tourists, there is a very well lit path, which is 1.5 kilometres long, but you must visit it with a guide. The guided tours last for about an hour and they cost 18 euros, but it is mandatory if you want to visit the Frasassi Caves.
The Dolomites are a mountain range located in northeastern Italy. This is one of the most beautiful natural places you can visit in Italy, and they were even declared World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2009. Make sure to have a car if you want to come up here, or even better, an RV, so you will be able to sleep in one of the many free parking lots surrounded by the mountains. You will find many beautiful hikes here, and if you plan to do them, you should definitely come during the high season, as during low season many of them will be closed. The most famous is the spectacular 4-hour loop around the three Lavaredo peaks. If you come to the Dolomites, you definitely can't miss it.
We're into our top 2 favourite places, and for me it is the town of Polignano a Mare. Polignano a Mare is a 30-minute train ride from Bari in the Puglia region, which is in the south of Italy. In this town you will see one of the most beautiful bays in all of Italy. Polignano is famous for cliff diving, and it even hosted the Red Bull diving competition in 2010. If you visit here, make sure to get lost between the old streets, and don't forget to try a panzeretto followed by one of Italy's best gelatos. We love Polignano, and it is one of our favourite places in all of Italy. The locals are friendly, the food is delicious, and we can't wait to go back.
My favorite place is the Braies Lake, probably one of the most beautiful lakes in all the Dolomites. Getting here is very easy, as you will find 3 huge parking lots a few hundred meters from the lake. If you come in summer, booking your car spot is mandatory, but if you come in low season, you won't have any troubles finding a spot. Just make sure to get here early morning to avoid the tourist buses. Like in almost every alpine lake, you can't swim here, but there is a beautiful walk that goes all around the lake. And of course, don't forget to stop at the cafe to have a slice of cake with one of the best views you will ever have. We hope you enjoyed this list, and hopefully we have given you some ideas for your next Italian trips.
If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, maybe share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.